things are moving in directions that I don't think people have really been paying too much attention to. Yup, welcome back to What in the World Happened Here? Starting off over here with the Abominations prison, and this is getting more and more hilarious right now because, oh my gosh, Rescue Ace is the best deck. No, Tyr is the best deck. Nah. If you want the cold, hard, honest truth, it looks like Unchained, or what feels like Unchained. It feels like it has been kind of edging things out in most of the overall meta. It's not to say that, in one region, Tyr is doing better than the other. In the other region, Rescue Ace is doing better. No, it just kind of feels like Unchained feels a little bit stronger than that. Just like that much. It's not like, everything is uncertain because you have 3 best decks in the room. But people are picking up Unchained cards right now because we're heading on into Fire King meta here. Let's be realistic here. This weekend, Fire King's touchdown. Everybody's going to go, I don't want to deal with this. And they're like, oh, but my Unchained cards float. Perfect counter strategy. And I guess they're running out to pick up Abominations prisons. Maze is coming out next month in January. All right. They could reprint Abominations prison in there, and everybody out here has been spending $34 on these secrets, this $29 mark for these ultras. They all just get flushed down the toilet, and it's going to be an incredibly interesting time to see because darn well that this card is on Konami's reprint block. They are not going to let this sit around out here and continue on the current block that it's on. So, a little bit of warning here. If you've been out here, I'm going to pick up Unchained cards. I can't wait. Besides Abominations Prison and the rank 2, those are the only real things, and obviously the format staples, but be aware that this is already way beyond the listed market price on TCG Player. Not going to be a fun time. All right, next we got to talk about Maximus and the ritual good stuff. The applications of Silent Forces out here as well. Sometime later this week, I'm going to have a video talking about Arknights and Respect Yu-Gi-Oh's list that they just played for Silent Forces, because I think Silent Forces as a deck, a lot of people don't really understand how it works. I still remember reading the comments going, no, you don't play this. You don't play a pure Silent Forces deck. It's terrible. You play it as with other ritual good stuff. It's the adventure package of the era for it. And it's the only real package you're trying to splash that with is with Necros. And no, it's not worth it. So out of YCS Japan, the reason why Maximus and all this garbage has been going up is because, hey, guess what? It's a free drop from the extra deck. You know what that means? Oh, we can play Winda and stuff with the deck as well. You can play Nadir Servants in the deck as well. You get all of that free value that you want. Now, realistically, not every build is playing this. All right, this is going up because of what we like to call the anticipation factor. All right, people are finally starting to understand that you can look to the OCG and go, hey, this we can pick this up and we can be good to go. The other good news is you don't have to have the secret Maximuses. You can pick up the dollar ultras and you can be good to go. All right, that's the important thing out of all this. Alternatives do exist in the lower rarity. It's not always going to be the top end crazy shelf piece coming down here to be the super most expensive thing. You have options, and that is what you want right now. Next up is Volant Smashers overall. Now, if you've been living under a rock, you've been one of the people going, "Bah, Centurion, they suck! Terrible deck! Why would you spend your money on that garbage?" Well, people, your collector's rares are getting lower and lower and lower on listings. Also, we get to watch Archlord Christia go lower, lower, and lower, but that's a topic for another day. All right. Contrary to popular belief, for what everybody's yelling at the top of their lungs, going, "Centurion sucks!" People are still buying the collector's rares. People still believe in the deck. I remember, I remember back in the day when people told me the Vanquish Soul was terrible, and it's doing okay. Also, low-key, the Memento Combined Creation Quarter Century Rare if you want my honest opinion on this thing, these hit below the $30 mark. And I've been enjoying the topic of debate because it's always comes back to this. That Link 1. If they give the deck a Link 1, the entire deck speeds up, becomes way more consistent, and it's just that. But I'm over here on my crazy wheels going, yeah, I'm telling you guys it exists. And then also the state of memento cards. A lot of collectors rares have been pushing down, which is good. I know a lot of people are waiting to see where some of this stuff goes, and the cheaper stuff goes. The lot more people want to collect this stuff just to have. All right, this is a good example of very cheap collectors rares for the people that do want to collect them for the decks that don't really seem that good just yet. But we've learned that Konami can give a deck 2 good cards like Rescue Ace, and suddenly it's an entirely different ball game. You're dealing with a tier 1 deck, it just explodes. So the state of Volant Smashers is just that. I think this set has a lot of potential. We're going to have to wait and see. So what's going on over here with this Blue Eyes White Dragon? Insert nostalgia hype. This card is officially, as of filming this, $19 with one left from the market. And somebody's going to be like, it's garbage, Robbie. Nobody cares. It's about to be a $27 card. I would like to take this time to remind you that the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a game of nostalgia. It feels like at this point in time. Also to everybody that laughed at the sealed Blue Eyes set, or laughed at Legendary Collection reprints and were like, this set's terrible. It doesn't hold any long-term value. Those God cards have been revving on up. The Dark Magician, it's also interesting to think about this. When you look at the game, you think Blue Eyes and Dark Magician, but a lot of people associate Dark Magician a lot more with the TCG, but unironically, the Blue Eyes always tends to be slightly more expensive in a lot of these cases, because, to be fair, you're rolling out a Blue Eyes at like $27, compared to a Dark Magician who is $4. So you've got some pretty big price discrepancies along the way for that, and that's actually kind of cool to see. So overall right now, the Legendary Collection state of things, it's interesting. I know obviously more long term as this goes along. I don't think Konami's going to reprint this again. This was just, let's go ahead and put some quarter centuries, repackage this, check the nostalgia boxes. Also the Dark Crisis packs comes in here. And if you've looked at how Dark Crisis has done, holy crap, you should take a look at that. That is a hilarious ride. Alright, especially when you're getting into the Exodia Necros garbage. Holy moly. Yeah, you got a lot to be desired there. And the last thing I want to hit on is the Creation Pack 01. Now, you're probably like, oh yeah, the set that, we can't play in English. Yeah, I know, I've been looking at some of these cards, and you wouldn't believe me if I tell you this, but these cards are hitting beyond English prices. Actually, there's a Runic Fountain floating around on eBay, and the Quarter Century Seeker, I think it was floating for over $100 at this point. And a lot of the info that I was getting out of I think it was Singapore, actually, they were talking about that these cards are super expensive. Like, they're hitting English prices, if not over English prices at this point in time. So, if you're one of these people, it's like, oh, I'm going to collect these, and it's going to be expensive. Sorry to tell you that. And there are a lot of people that were holding out hope here, with the hopium train, thinking that they were going to get cheap Asian English cards. They're not even legal, but people do like to, have collectability and try out all sorts of different things, I guess. So, I don't talk bad about the collectors. Like, it's... Whew, I guess. I like collecting the sealed product for this. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing some of these boxes. But, yeah, if you're trying to spend, to have these just to not play them, that's a little bit crazy, but do you. It's for collectability, I suppose. So that is the current state of what in the world is going on here. I'll talk about Blackwing, Soraka tomorrow, and Edison format. Good stuff. So please, comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here in a day, guys. Peace out. patrons. Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.